Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Peace and blessings. I'm Goddess Imani, and welcome to Sacred Love Lessons. This is a sacred space where we remember who we are, rise in our truth, and radiate the frequencies of love, clarity, and sovereignty. Imagine sitting at the edge of a still, quiet pool. You lean in to look at your reflection, but the surface shifts. The image staring back at you isn't steady. It changes depending on who's standing behind you. When they smile, you look softer. When they withdraw, you look uncertain. When they disapprove, your reflection distorts. And slowly, without even realizing it, you stop asking, "Is this me?" and start asking, "Do they like what they see?" There's a moment when you realize you've been looking at yourself through someone else's eyes, not just occasionally, but consistently. Their reactions, their moods, their approval, their silence becomes the mirror you use to understand who you are. And at first, it doesn't feel wrong. It feels normal because you learned early that connection meant calibration. Belonging meant adjustment. And that being seen often required becoming what someone else could recognize. There's a truth most people were never shown how to see. Early on, you don't have a stable internal reference for who you are. So your alignment system uses what's available. Feedback. A baby smiles, someone smiles back. A child cries, and someone responds, or they don't. A child expresses excitement, and someone joins in, or they shut it down. From those repeated moments, a pattern forms. When I do this, I get connection. When I do that, I lose connection. And because connection equals safety early in life, your alignment system starts organizing around one core priority: stay connected. So instead of asking, "Is this me?" your alignment system learns to ask, "Does this keep me connected?" That's the root of learning yourself through others. This is the shadow of the mirror pool, where identity is formed through reflection instead of truth, where you begin to measure yourself based on how others respond to you, not who you are, but how others perceive you. And the deeper you stand in that pool, the harder it becomes to recognize your own face. Because your perception of you, your self-image, is always adjusting, always reacting, always waiting for confirmation. This is shapeshifter energy. Shapeshifter energy is the adaptive intelligence within you that learns how to become what's needed in order to belong, survive, be loved, or stay safe. This is performance. Instead of choosing who you are in a moment, you start becoming who others expect. Instead of reflecting truth, you start reflecting approval. And shape-shifting becomes a distortion. You don't just adjust your behavior, you begin adjusting your identity. This is where confusion starts to build. You might feel like you're constantly shifting depending on who you're around. Or you're unsure what you actually like, want, or believe. You may feel off when someone pulls away, even if nothing is wrong. You second guess yourself after interactions. You replay conversations looking for clues about how you were perceived. You can feel everyone else, but you cannot fully feel yourself. And underneath all of it, there's a constant question. Who am I really? If you're asking the question, something is already changing because you notice the pattern. The moment you catch yourself looking outward instead of inward, or you realize you've been using reflections to define something that can only come from within, that moment, that's the beginning of self-recognition. This is where the shift begins, not by rejecting others or isolating yourself, but by bringing your awareness back to you. Self-awareness starts with a simple, powerful question. Who am I without them? Who am I without their approval? Who am I without their expectations? Who am I without their reactions guiding me? Who are you when there is no mirror? So take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Sit with this energy for just a moment. Feel into this now moment, asking yourself, who am I without them? Not as something you need to answer immediately, but as something you're allowed to explore. Who are you when no one is watching, when no one is evaluating, when no one is responding? Who are you when no one is coming to you asking you for something? No one is asking you to perform. Who are you late at night in a moment where you're all alone with just you and your thoughts, you and your feelings? Who are you? What feels natural? What feels true? What feels like yours? Not borrowed, not adjusted, not performed. Just yours. Inhale. Exhale. As you begin to self-attune, something subtle shifts. The pull doesn't disappear, but it stops controlling you. You can still see reflections, but you're no longer defined by them. You start noticing that's their perception, not my identity. That's their response, not my truth. And instead of reshaping yourself to match the image, you allow the image to pass without attachment. You were always meant to remember yourself through presence. That recognition lives right here within you now. And every time you return to that question, who am I without them? You step out of the shifting water and onto steady ground, a place where your identity becomes clear, a place where you stand in it with ease, anchored in Source as your dwelling place. Your presence becomes light, radiating into the world. And there she is, the version of you who sees with clarity, rooted in herself, waiting in the quiet space within for you to arrive, for you to come home to her. That's what I have for you today. Thank you for being here and sharing this sacred space with me. If this episode resonated with you, please like it and share it with someone who is ready to remember their own power. And until we speak again, be the light.